Hello and welcome to a protest Free Palestine. I certainly expected to be on a Sunday, but here I am because we're about to march over the Sydney Harbour Bridge, and I'm joined by John Ruddock, amongst many others, an unexpected guest that you really wouldn't have thought that you'd seen here, a right-winger, a patriot, many would say, in a field of Palestinian flags to stop a war. What is happening? How is this working? Well, one of the narratives that I've been given, an explanation, a reasoning of why the right wing is now turning and saying, hey, we've had enough of this after 20-something months. How does it help Australia? How is this war helping Australia? Who is this helping in Australia? Who is this helping in countries like us? And it's a point I certainly understand and sympathise with. How will more refugees lead to a better Australia or better anywhere? So we don't understand that. So here we are. Now this will almost certainly at points drop out. We are starting to move. But there are, I have no hesitation in saying, tens of thousands of people. I don't know if I'd say more than 20. I haven't seen enough of it. But we're about to march across the Sydney Harbour Bridge. It means something. Whether it's going to stick with it or drop out, we're about to find out. And here with also something different. We're going to test people. Is this a flag that is welcome at this protest? I'm going to ask people. And I'm going to start with one famous, infamous, what do we call it? Famous and infamous.
Yes.
The Australian flag.
Yes, we're here, represent Australia. Everybody loves it here.
Is this a flag that is going to be welcome at this protest?
Yes, it is. It absolutely is. Unfortunately, it would have brought even more flags and even bigger flags, but some Abiy Yemeni and Zionist supporter called Lucy invited people to attack this protest with Australian flags, to use like Australia as a battering ram for Israel because they can never fight their own wars. Alas, because of that, people are going to become concerned about the police and their reaction. So that's why you won't see many flags here, because of the Zionists using Australian flag that way. But
now there's a lot of issues. My viewers, myself, all kinds of people will disagree with you on all kinds of conflicts, philosophical and others. But on this particular issue, I think there's some common ground. What I raised just before this is, how do more refugees make a better Australia? And I think that's the kind of point that this has gotten to after 22 months is, how does this help Australia? And that's why I think John Ruddock is here.
Well, I don't see, like, if you're against refugees and mass immigration, it doesn't make sense to want to create more refugees with these wars, not only in Palestine, but it's happened in Syria, in Iraq, in Libya. All those wars were fought for Israel. So I want to ask Australians this: what has Israel ever done for Australia? Because as far as I know, they stole Australian passports. They they caused like instability. They put Julia Gillard in power, according to Mark Liebler and Kevin Rudd.
Kevin Rudd's memoirs. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So what has Israel ever done for Australia other than steal Australian passports and use them to assassinate people? Tell me one good thing. I'm waiting. I don't think you'll find one.
This conflict is trying to be tied into... I want to make sure we don't lose John on this.
Oh, good point.
I want to try and stick with him. Can I lead you this way? If I want to stick with John, if I can keep you with that. Because that's an interesting one. But this is being tied to a lot of other conflicts. It's trying to be tied to your and others' views on Russia,
Yep.
Syrian war, probably other conflicts as well. Like, what do you say to that? How do you deal with it when we're trying to deal with 5 international conflicts at once as a topic?
Well, Well, you saw what happened in Syria. As soon as they've destabilized the government, like Israel said that it supported 12 of the rebel groups, what turned out to be Al-Qaeda. And as soon as they destabilized Syria, they took over and invaded more and more of the land. Basically, they have all of the Golan Heights now, all of the water, and they want to ethnically cleanse us. The Syrian Golan Heights used to be 12% Christian before Israel took it over. So it just so happens that it was in their interest to back Al-Qaeda and ISIS in Syria, and that's exactly what happened. And here's the Syrian flag.
That Syrian's gone through a change lately, which I think we're all still trying to work out what just happened, even months on. But that's another topic. For me, what I'm trying to make this topic about is about Australia. How does this issue today help or hinder Australia? So
I think it's important for Australia's legacy and in the international community to stand for what is right. And I don't see, again, how has Israel helped us? I just want someone to tell me, what has Israel done for us? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So
can I take it back to Julian Assange's quote, who John met just less than an hour ago, that there is a global elite who is rinsing the money out of the tax bases of the West and into an international security elite. And 15 years ago when he said it, it seemed a little fringe. But now, I gotta say, it seems a little bit more plausible.
Well, take the BlackRock, for example. BlackRock is buying up a lot of Australian land. BlackRock is owned by an Israeli CEO. So,
I'm going to jump back to John.
Yes, let's go.
Can I test some more of this on some people? Can I test this on the crowd? Can I test this on the... What do you think, mate? Aussie flag, thumbs up for the Aussie flag, support for Australia not to stop this war?
I think that we can have to do anything to stop genocide.
Anything?
Anything to stop genocide.
Anything to stop genocide.
I can move that forward. It's a terrible, awful situation occurring. Netanyahu is, sort of a fundamentalist right-wing government, and if he gets away with this, then it'll be anything goes with Israel itself. Yeah.
Thanks for your views. I'm going to keep moving. I'll see you later. I'm going to get back to John if I can.
By the way, I have to ask you one very important favor.
Yeah, sure.
Filter on that thing. Is that okay?
It's okay.
I have a breakout.
You look. It's live. I can't.
Was it live?
It's all. This is what a live streamer does.
Oh
I'm
my
live.
God. Are you live right now?
If you see me, I'm live. That's why I say I'm a live streamer.
Okay.
No, it's okay. You look great. I will come back.
I
want to just try and keep in proximity. John, I want to do this later on. John, you're live. Tell us, why have you come?
Well, look, 1,000 people died on October the 7th, but 100,000 people have died since then. So I believe in de-escalation. I believe in peace talks. I actually believe in a three-state solution. I believe West Bank should be its own state and Gaza should be its own state. We're going to de-escalate this thing. It's spiralling, and it's damaging the reputation of Israel around the world. And we can pull back.
To bring it back to Australia, though, I'm going to hand you an Australian flag here, which I'm testing people with. Yep, happy to fly that here, of course,
Absolutely.
Lovely. I'll do this again a little bit later on, behind this flag. I want to do it right in the middle of the bridge as well. But I want to know, how does stopping or continuing this war affect Australia? Is that, that's the nationalist approach?
The Libertarians don't believe we should be involved militarily. The government shouldn't be involved. But people, if they're seeing extremely bad human rights abuses, well, we've got a duty to speak up. But we don't believe in intervening. We believe Australia should be like the Switzerland of the South Pacific.
Lovely. John, thank you very much. I'm going to keep moving.
Okay.
I'll come back to you later on if I can as well. I wanted to keep hearing you. I can do this again. Thank you. Move over this way. No, I've got to simply. Stop. We're just approaching the bridge. I want to show you. are quite orderly. These protests have a reputation. The protest on October 9 did not help that. The protest on October 9 did not help that.
We are all Palestinians!
I've never had a protest across the Harbour Bridge, except, hold on a minute, going back to late 2020, early 2021 for the re-election of Trump. There was a Trump protest that marched across the pedestrian side of the Harbour Bridge. But I've never been in a protest. Oh yes, very good. Oh yes, very good. Oh, look at that. I've never been in a protest which has marched across the Harbour Bridge like this. Now, in the lead up to this protest, I was anxious because a post went out suggesting people bring Australian flags to oppose this protest, if you wanted to oppose it. A literal false flag operation. That was deeply concerning for me. But, pre-show, I just kind of tested people on the Australian flag, and all of them, I think the socialist contingent has, or the anti-Australian contingent has simmered down. The group here haven't had an issue with this flag, as I heard just earlier. Anything to stop. So that's certainly reassuring. At this, there has been a reputation in the past. I think we're a long way from October 9.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Gaza! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Gaza! 1, 2, 3, 4, we never find you all. 5, 6, 7, 8, Israel is the
It were correct, or the doomsayers were correct, marching with an Australian flag on the front of you is actually quite a brave or idiotic act. Isn't that something? Brave or stupid, there's a fine line. There's a very fine line. I do think there is a case for Australia that this war is not in Australian interest. I don't think there's too many wars that are not directly around Australia that represent an Australian interest. That includes Ukraine. That includes Syria. That includes any of these situations that we're speaking about. I don't believe, or I will continue to put to people, do not have a benefit for Australia. Let me see if I can put it to some more bets. Are you okay to chat on camera? I am live. Is it okay to chat? Are you okay to chat on camera? I am live. Is that okay? Yes? Good day. Hi, I'm Chris.
Hi, Chris. I'm here.
Hi, let's walk and talk if we can.
Yeah, I'll stand with you.
Yes, please. First of all, tell us about your sign.
A just peace for all. It's pretty self-explanatory. We can't move forward without that. Yeah.
That's quite an accent. Tell us.
I'm an Australian. I've been here for 45 years, and I am only an Australian. Yeah.
A lot of people. There was a post that went viral online saying, encouraging people to wear an Australian flag to oppose this protest. And I thought that was an incitement. I was like, hold on, whoa. What's this? A literal, or I suggested online, a false flag.
Okay, tell me where you're from.
The channel's called Discoveries. I'm live streaming. I go to all kinds of protests and I ask them about them. And in this case, I'm suggesting it is in Australia's interest to end this war, to stop this war.
It's in humanity's interest, and that includes Australia. Yes, I totally agree. We cannot keep living in a world that's divided in this way.
Would you agree that the Australian flag is welcome at this protest?
Yes.
That's pretty much it.
That's it. Okay.
Thank you for your time. Do you want to say anything else?
Does anyone want to say anything else?
We're here from we're Sydney Friends of Standing Together, and Standing Together is a group of Jewish and Palestinian Israelis who are working together to help for a more just and equal society in Israel. But they've been collecting a lot of aid for Gaza. They've been protecting the Palestinians in the West Bank from the settlers that are violent. They're a fantastic organization. We're really showing Jews and Arab Muslims and Christians and.
Thanks for your time. I got to keep moving.
Okay.
See you. Bye. See if I can make my way back up to John because he is my anchor point. I'm not going to be afraid that I was somewhat hesitant, but I think this crowd. The nastiest skank bitch I have ever met. Do not trust her. She is a fugly slut. That's a mouthful. That's a long one. Benjamin Netanyahu. Lovely.
Yeah, it's from Mean Girls.
I'm sorry?
It's from the movie Mean Girls. It's a pop culture reference. Yes.
I'm in it. Okay. Lovely. Thank you. I'm live. Do you want to talk about your sign on a live stream?
No. Okay. You're not just a fugly slut. That's not what I had to say.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. That signal is gone. That's like, oh, no. Yeah, nah. It's okay. I have not had a negative interaction with the flag yet. So you can wear an Australian flag to this protest. Like, I am openly flashing colours to this one. I'm live. Are you okay to chat?
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
100%.
Australian flag. Are you welcome to Australian flag at this protest to stop the war?
Absolutely. Anyone is welcome here as long as to stop this bloody war because it's so unjustified. And we need to stop dividing things between a flag and color and skin and race. It's simple. Stop killing kids. It's not that hard. Just do one thing. It's the one job. Stop killing kids.
Do you have to come to this protest and you have to support Hezbollah and you have to support Hamas, or can you just be here to stop the war?
Well, this question is about Hezbollah and Hamas. It's so engineered because Hezbollah and Hamas is a symptom of Israel. So without Israel, there would be no Hezbollah, there would be no Hamas. So you cannot do something outrageous. And then when people get outraged, you go like, hey, you support Hamas, you support Hezbollah. Stop the killing, and Hamas and Hezbollah would stop what they're doing. Stop the killing. That's all we say.
I try and tell people I'm suggesting this narrative. It is in Australia's interest. Less refugees, less from Gaza means less less bombing in Gaza means less refugees to Australia.
And also, I will add on the top of that, if the Western countries stop involving in our business, there will be no refugees. Stop your arms. Stop your foreign policies. Stop your occupation, stop supporting unnecessary wars, and there will be, I promise you, there will be no refugees. Do you think refugees want to live here and be called refugees? No, they wouldn't. They want to go back home. But as long as you arming Israel, as long as you support every single war that kills civilians, there will be more refugees and there will be more Hamas and there will be more Hezbollah. Stop the bloody war so we can get out of the whole thing. That's all I can say, mate.
Discoveries is the channel. Discoveries.
No problem.
See you later.
Israel, USA.
Wait, stop.
Israel, USA.
How's the flag going?
I'm now openly flashing it. So far, so good.
I want to get next time.
So far. What I'm trying to challenge people on is this. Do you have to be here and support Hezbollah, support Hamas, support whatever else? Or can you be here and just support stopping the war?
I think you absolutely can most people here are here just to stop the war, stop the death and the genocide. I mean, it's a genocide. Let's face facts. The ICJ said it was a genocide. if you're against genocide, it's not a non-partisan issue. It's not about left or right. And if you're for free speech, then Australians should be allowed to march on their bridge. And I think Australia has spoken.
Can I talk to you on this topic and disagree on every other topic that you may have?
You know what? Yes, you absolutely. As long as you're against genocide across the board, then you are an ally of mine.
Can I be pro-Ukraine, pro-Zelensky, just go through whatever the list that you got.
There's people here that were on the other side of the Syrian war, okay? And but we're marching together on this topic. And there's nothing that should stop us. Like, we have our own views on Zelensky and stuff. But what's happening now in Gaza is like nothing we've ever seen.
Drew Pavlou. Would you welcome Drew Pavlou here?
Look, Drew Pavlou has been pro-genocide, so I don't see why he would be here.
What if he changes his mind and he wants to stop the war?
I would be very distrustful of him, and I would think that he's doing it in order to spy on us. So I'm sorry. I think that he's proven himself to be a psychopath, and hence I have no. He holds no appeal for me.
Has he been I don't follow the.
Yes, he has.
Well.
Yeah, it's funny because he used to be pro-Palestine. So these people are who are flippy like that, that go wherever the money takes them. Like he's already admitted that Mark Liebler, who is behind the Voice of Australia, by the way, gives him money for legal aid. He's admitted this on his Twitter account. So
really?
Yeah.
No.
I've seen the tweet.
I will fact check this after this.
You know what? I've seen the tweet, but I don't have the tweet, so
was he
could
just
be wrong.
Look?
Could be wrong.
Elijah Schaefer says that he's Jewish and stuff, and he's got a Jew. Was he just trolling?
Elijah's Jewish?
No.
Oh, Drew, you mean?
Was Drew just trolling? People just say stuff on the internet that.
I think he's Greek.
I'm going to go and I will fact check.
I don't think it even matters really.
But I'll find out.
Person.
But okay. Aside from Drew Pavlou, you'll welcome a lot of different. Okay. So there's a carve out, a Drew-sized carve out.
Look, Drew. The only reason I wouldn't welcome him is he's been for Israel and against Palestinians. So I mean, if he wants to change his mind, not going to stand in his way, surely. No, we.
But you'd have some skepticism. But you
very,
okay?
Yeah.
So a process. There might be a process.
Well, we'll see about that. You maybe can be one of the leaders of that process. I hope.
I don't know.
Oh, thank you. I forgot. I knew it was safe in the hands of Christian.
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So,
Bradfield.
What's that?
Bradfield.
Was it Labor?
Wasn't that a Bradfield? The Bradfield Labor candidate?
What's that?
Bradfield.
Was it Labor?
Wasn't that a Bradfield? The Bradfield Labor candidate?
Possibly.
You're not sure? Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
Welcome it.
Yeah, it's fine with me. Doesn't work. I mean, obviously, there's problems. There's problems with the flag.
There's a flag on the bridge. Stop.
I'm
Cool. But I've lost my. As long as I can find them.
October the 7th was unbelievably appalling and atrocious. We've since had, for every one person that died that day, we've now had 100 people die. One person that died that day, we've now had 100 people die. And so the Libertarian Party very much believes in not intervening in other foreign conflicts. Our government shouldn't, but we can certainly speak up. We're seeing people are, I'd say a lot of our traditional supporters are probably confused and many are angry. But I think that if they knew the history of the conflict, October the 7th was not an isolated situation. Now, look, there's people around here saying the river to the sea. I don't believe in that. Israel has, been there for several generations now, so they're not going to go anywhere. Now, look, there's people around here saying the river to the sea. I don't believe in that.